Welcome to the Extreme Facts Quiz. Here, every question is about the biggest, the fastest, the deepest, and the most mind-blowing records from our world and beyond. Get ready to test your brain, challenge your curiosity, and maybe learn something that will blow your mind. Are you ready? Let's go! What is the highest mountain in the world? Yes, Mount Everest, 8,849 meters tall, the ultimate climb. Which is the smallest country in the world? Correct, Vatican City, smaller than most airports. Where is the deepest point on Earth? That's right, Mariana Trench, almost 11 kilometers deep. Scary dark.
Hey, wait a second. What? You have not subscribed yet? Come on, smash that button and let us keep this quiz party rolling.
Which inhabited city is the coldest in the world? Yes, Yakutsk, minus 50 degrees Celsius in winter. Eyelashes freeze. What is the longest river in the world? It's the Nile, 6,650 kilometers long.
Which desert is the largest in the world? Surprise, Antarctica. Yes, it is a frozen desert. Which volcanic eruption was the biggest in modern history? Mount Tambora. In 1815, it caused a year without summer. Which animal can live the longest? Ocean quahog clam. Some live over 500 years. What is the tallest building in the world? Burj Khalifa, 828 meters, 2 sunsets in one day. Which planet is the hottest in our solar system? Venus, 465 degrees Celsius, hotter than Mercury.
Which is the largest living structure on Earth? Great Barrier Reef. It is so big, it is visible from space. Which land animal is the fastest? Cheetah, 110 kilometers per hour in short bursts. Which ocean is the largest? Pacific Ocean. It covers 1/3 of the Earth. What is the driest place on Earth? Atacama Desert. Some places there have no rain for centuries. Which animal is the largest on Earth? Blue whale, as big as 3 school buses.
What is the coldest place on Earth? Antarctica, minus 89 degrees Celsius. Which is the tallest waterfall in the world? Angel Falls, 979 meters, nearly 1 kilometer drop. Which is the most populated country in the world in 2025? India, now the #1 most populated country. Which is the oldest known tree on Earth? Bristlecone pine, somewhere over 4,800 years old.
Which is the largest island in the world? Greenland, over 2 million square kilometers of ice and rock. Which animal is the heaviest living creature? Blue whale! It can weigh up to 200 tons. Which country has the most volcanoes? Indonesia, more than 100 active volcanoes. What is the fastest fish in the ocean? Sailfish. It can swim over 100 kilometers per hour. Which desert is the hottest place on Earth? Lut Desert in Iran. Temperatures reached 70 degrees Celsius.
What is the largest lake in the world by area? Caspian Sea. It is called a sea, but actually it is the biggest lake. Which mountain is the deadliest to climb? Annapurna. It has the highest fatality rate among climbers. Which bird lays the largest eggs? Ostrich. One egg can weigh as much as 24 chicken eggs. Which is the deepest lake in the world? Lake Baikal in Russia, more than 1,600 meters deep. Which country has the most islands? Sweden, over 270,000 islands.
What is the largest canyon in the world? Yarlung Tangpo Canyon in Tibet, even deeper and longer than the Grand Canyon. Which animal has the strongest bite force? Saltwater crocodile, over 3,600 pounds of force.
Which city is the most populated in the world? Tokyo. More than 37 million people in the metro area. Which is the longest cave system in the world? Mammoth Cave in the United States. Over 640 kilometers of tunnels. What is the fastest land vehicle ever built? Thrust SSC. It broke the sound barrier on land in 1997. Which insect lives the longest? Termite Queen. She can live up to 50 years. Which is the saltiest body of water on Earth? Don Juan Pond in Antarctica. So salty it never freezes. Which is the tallest tree species? Coast redwood. Some grow taller than 115 meters. Which bird migrates the farthest? Arctic tern. It travels from pole to pole every year. Which planet has the fastest winds? Neptune. Winds reach 2,000 kilometers per hour.
What is the largest animal migration on Earth? Wildebeest migration. Over 1.5 million animals move across Africa each year. Which is the highest waterfall in the world by total height? Angel Falls in Venezuela, 979 meters tall. Which animal is known as the fastest insect? Horsefly. It can reach speeds of up to 145 kilometers per hour. Which country has the longest coastline? Canada, over 200,000 kilometers of coast. Which is the most expensive material on Earth? Antimatter, worth trillions of dollars per gram.
Which bird has the largest wingspan? Wandering albatross. Wingspan up to 3.5 meters. Which is the largest volcano on Earth? Mauna Loa in Hawaii covers half of the Big Island. Which is the most venomous snake?
Inland taipan. One bite could kill dozens of people. What is the fastest spinning planet in our solar system? Jupiter. It rotates once in just 10 hours. Which country has the most time zones? France. Thanks to overseas territories, it has 12 time zones.
Which mammal can dive the deepest? Cuvier's beaked whale, recorded diving nearly 3,000 meters deep. Which planet has the most moons? Saturn. It has more than 80 confirmed moons. Which is the loudest animal in the world? Sperm whale. Clicking sounds can reach 230 decibels. Which river carries the most water? Amazon River. It releases more water than the next 7 rivers combined. Which is the fastest train in the world? Shanghai Maglev. Top speed over 430 kilometers per hour.
Which insect is the strongest for its size? Dung beetle can pull over 1,000 times its own weight. Which is the oldest animal ever recorded? Ocean quagga clam. One clam nicknamed Ming lived more than 500 years. Which country experiences the most earthquakes? Japan. Thousands of earthquakes every year. Which star is the closest to Earth after the Sun? Proxima Centauri, just over 4 light-years away. Which land animal has the largest brain? Elephant. Its brain can weigh over 5 kilograms.
Which desert is the largest hot desert in the world? Sahara. Covers over 9 million square kilometers. Which ocean is the smallest? Arctic Ocean, about 14 million square kilometers. Which bird can fly the highest? Ruppel's vulture, spotted flying above 11,000 meters. Which is the fastest land animal?
cheetah. It can sprint up to 120 kilometers per hour. Which country drinks the most coffee per person? Finland, over 10 kilograms of coffee per person each year.
Which city is the coldest inhabited place on Earth? Yakutsk in Russia. Winter temperatures can drop below -40 degrees Celsius. Which is the largest cave in the world? San Dong in Vietnam. So huge, it has its own forest inside.
Which animal has the largest eyes? Giant squid. Eyes can be as big as a dinner plate. Which river is the longest in the world? Nile River, about 6,650 kilometers long. Which is the fastest bird in level flight? Spine-tailed swift can fly over 110 kilometers per hour. Which metal is the heaviest naturally occurring element? Osmium, so dense it almost sinks in mercury. Which country has the most lakes? Canada. Millions of lakes, more than the rest of the world combined.
Which fruit has the most seeds? Jackfruit. One fruit can hold hundreds of seeds. Which insect lives the longest? Termite queen can live up to 50 years. Which animal has the strongest punch? Mantis shrimp. Its punch is faster than a bullet. Which is the hottest chili pepper in the world? Carolina Reaper, over 2 million Scoville heat units. Which mammal is the fastest swimmer? Common dolphin speeds up to 60 kilometers per hour. Which city is the driest in the world? Arica in Chile, almost no rainfall year after year. Which tree is the tallest in the world? Sequoia. The tallest known is named Hyperion, over 115 meters.
Which is the heaviest bony fish?
ocean sunfish can weigh over 2,000 kilograms. Which human organ is the largest by weight? Skin. It's considered the largest organ of the human body. Which mountain range is the longest in the world? Andes, stretching over 7,000 kilometers. Which land animal can jump the farthest? Red kangaroo leaps over 12 meters in one bound. Which planet has the strongest winds? Neptune. Winds reach over 2,000 kilometers per hour.
Which animal has the shortest lifespan? Mayfly lives less than 24 hours. Which tree produces the hardest wood? Australian bull oak. Its wood is harder than steel. Which city is the most visited by tourists? Bangkok. Over 22 million visitors yearly. Which rifle was most used in wars? AK-47, used in countless conflicts worldwide. Which car brand is the best-selling of all time? Toyota Corolla, over 50 million units sold.
What is the most expensive cruise ship in the world? Icon of the Seas, built at over $2 billion cost. Which is the richest country in the world by GDP per capita? Luxembourg, tiny but super wealthy. Which country has the largest forest area? Russia covers 1/5 of Earth's forests. Which country has the weakest currency value in the world? Iranian rial, millions needed for a few dollars. What is the most devastating wildfire in history? Peshtigo fire killed over 1,500 people in the United States. Which is the most expensive pet species in the world? Green monkey, sold for $16 million. Which plant is the most poisonous? Castor bean, seeds contain deadly ricin. Which animal drinks the most water daily? Elephant can gulp 200 liters a day.
What is the most expensive tree in the world? African blackwood, used for fine instruments, worth a fortune. Which is the largest aircraft manufacturer in the world? Airbus leads in commercial aviation.
Which country has the highest tax rates? Denmark. Income tax can reach 55%.
What is the fastest bird? Peregrine falcon. It can dive at 380 kilometers per hour.
And that's the end of the Extreme Facts quiz. How many did you get right? No matter your score, you've just traveled through the wildest records of nature, history, and the universe. Thanks for playing. And remember, the world is full of extremes waiting to be discovered. See you next time for another round of brain-bending fun.